you don't need coaching. Nobody needs coaching in League to really see their fullest potential. Take me, for example. I was gold 4 for years, for about 8 years. And then I went from gold to masters in about a year and a half, a little bit over a season, completely by myself, zero coaching. Now, that's what I want to talk to you guys about today, how you guys can kind of replicate that, how you can coach yourself, and how you can kind of improve without that. So the most important thing to make sure that you climb is that you learn from every single game. Every single game. Now, when I was playing, I made sure I played one champion so that the things that I could learn were about my champion and they were always relevant. And then every single game, I would actually take notes. So here's my notebook right now. Now I've been doing this for a few years. But back when I first started, I would just write down pages and pages and pages about every game, just learning, coming up with ideas, trying to figure out solutions, trying to figure out what I could have done different, right? League is kind of like an airplane cockpit with all the different knobs and dials. And you got to figure out what knobs and dials you can turn that will change the outcome of the game. And that's what improving is all about. It's about, you might figure out that the game's not going how you want to go, but there's all these options for you to change. And it's your job to mess with them in your brain and think, okay, what if I did this? How would it be different if I did that? What if I did this instead? How would it be different if I did something else? And that's what we're really trying to look at. So that's how you can improve by yourself. Now, what coaching does, and since I'm a full-time coach, I actually do genuinely believe in the power of coaching. Coaching makes sure you can get the most value out of every single game possible. If you bring a game to me, like in my academy, we do VOD reviews every day. If you come and bring me a VOD review in our session, I'm going to make sure that you see all of the potential things you could look at. And I'm going to be like, okay, think about this, think about this, think about this. Maybe we can't control this, but think about these things. And that's what coaching really does. So it can help speed up the process, but nobody needs it. I've had people come to me like, oh man, I can't get out of bronze without coaching. It's like, that's ridiculous. You can do it. And I know like some people just don't agree with coaching, right? They're like, oh, if I can't do it with coaching, maybe it feels less authentic or whatever, and you can do it. Now, for me, when I went from gold to masters, I was playing non-stop. I was a senior in high school and I was just playing every single day. Like I started in the summer, so I had the summer off and I was streaming, so I had something else to like kind of keep me going. I wasn't just playing League, but I was like streaming, I was like making content, I was like having fun with my stream in the game, and I was playing constantly. Like I was playing 8-9 games a day. So it takes a lot of energy and a lot of effort to climb in this game, but you can do it, and you can do it by yourself. I'm gonna show you guys an example, but coaching does speed up the process. Now, I want to make an announcement for a coaching event that we're hosting this weekend on Saturday and Sunday, which is April 22nd and 23rd. I'm running a Coachathon, and that's going to be a big event over on my stream at twitch.tv/JSMethod. And basically, we're going to do 12 hours of coaching on stream both days. So it's going to be a really fun event to watch. It's also really cheap to sign up. So if there are open slots, by the time I drop this video, there will be a Google Sheet document below. Open that document up, see if there's a time slot that works for you, and there will be really cheap. They're $15 per one game. If you wanted to get some JS coaching, but maybe like the private stuff is too expensive, or you just want to come watch a full day of coaching and see kind of what the sessions look like, come over to the Twitch. And if you want to get a game, sign up on the document. You'll have to look at the time slots and you have to DM me to put you in the document so people can't like grief the document, but DM me on Discord and that will be really fun. So make sure you guys check out the Coachathon. But let's hop into an example game from one of my games. Okay, so here's a game I played just now. I'm playing Ari into Katarina, and I'm gonna kind of show you guys just an example of what I'm writing down and kind of what I'm taking notes on after a game like this. The most important part of a game is early game. That's the part of the game you control the most, so I'm always going to watch the beginning of lane phase. I'm gonna kind of see, I'm gonna watch it how I'm playing. Now here, I'm being kind of really passive. I'm not auto-attacking the Katarina at all. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm trying to crash wave 3. I'm not trying to crash earlier. So this is even straight from level 1. We can ask ourselves, now, is it better to not poke the Katarina to crash wave 3 and to like not speed up my wave? Or should I be poking her? And that's something we can think about as the situation kind of develops. I like what I'm doing. I'm not really taking any trades on her unless I have to. so that I can get the wave management that I want, right? If I trade with her too heavily, we're going to end up pushing too fast and the wave is going to be somewhere where I don't want it, right? Well, right now, she has no access and I go get my ward. I go get it down before 230. This is all I really like this so far. And in the review, I'm thinking nice. And now we start to take our trades because now we're trying to crash the wave. And this all feels good to me. And we kind of just watch and make sure, we're doing what we say we're doing. Make sure we're doing what we think that we want to be doing, right? Against Katarina, I want to keep the wave under her tower. And now, we're coming up. I have my vision down. So now I'm going to try to poke her under tower a little bit. I'm trying to respect her level 3. But even here, this is interesting. We have a really big crash. I'm up a level. I'm up everything. I already have my vision down. You got to ask yourself when you do things, why did you do them? Here, I'm walking really far back because I'm scared of the Katarina dagger and I'm scared of level 3. So I feel like if she hits level 3 on this minion, she dashes in, I'm dead. Well, two big things. She is down a little bit of XP because she was zoned earlier, so she's not going to hit 3 on this minion like she normally would. And the second thing is, if I stand up here, I don't have to get hit by her dagger if she shumpos to it. Not only should I be less scared of this dagger than I am, but also I should just be up here or maybe even down here rather than letting her hit the minions for free, right? I can crank up my amount of pressure by standing here or here. We maybe don't want to stand on the bottom because we don't have vision down there. So we should just come stand on the top, right? I'm playing kind of really passive for kind of no reason. And now that the dagger goes away, I try to go charm. I miss the charm. Now, this is a thing that happens on Ahri all the time. If you miss charm, it's really bad for you. It's very expensive. It's very bad to miss. It's like, well, why did we miss? Well, she was holding her shumpo. So how can we pressure her shumpo out before charming? Well, the short answer is just hold charm. I think throwing Q here is fine. I think also waiting for the cannon to be dead so that she comes in for the cannon is also fine, right? We have a couple of options here, but already in the lane phase, we've noticed a few things going on. We're being too respectful when we didn't really have to be. We missed a charm, which is definitely awkward. So now my mana is lower than her health, and that's never what we want. We want to keep our mana high relative to her health pool. And now she gets a little all in. And I'm pinging my Wukong, holding the charm so I don't miss it this time because I just missed one. I'm going to flash away. And now we're like, okay. So if Wukong wasn't there, we'd probably die, right? And even if Wukong is here, sometimes solo queue junglers don't like to help us as much. So what happened? What's going on that allowed her to get this all in off? And the first thing is, now she has this bounced wave. When you're coaching yourself, you have to kind of ask, like, why is she able to get this? And there are a lot of reasons you can come up with, and you want to see which one makes the most sense. Here, the reason that I'm thinking is she has this bounced wave. So she's actually up the wave and we're both level 3. So we're dead even, except she's up the wave push. So she has a little bit more space. I'm also close to her tower, so she gets to all in me. She jumps on my head and this trade goes very bad. I'm very lucky that it's just a jungle gap, right? Like that's pretty much what happens here. A jungle gap, GG easy. But what's the takeaway? Well, we shouldn't apply so much pressure on this bounce wave because this is where Katarina is really strong. And if Katarina does get on top of us, we shouldn't turn around to cast on top of her. We should just keep running away rather than, you see we're auto-attacking. Every time we auto-attack her, we slow down. Boom. We stop an auto-attack. Boom. We stop an auto-attack. And that lets Katarina continue to chase us. Where if we just keep sprinting away, we're probably fine. And that's really the takeaway from this trade. So in this game, it went fine. And so good situation, but still a bad play. Still something for us to learn from, right? Now, when you're just beginning to do your own VOD reviews, it's going to be tricky to understand why things happen, right? I have a very good idea or a very good list of things that can happen because I've been doing this for years. For years. If you're a brand new RE player, all you're going to know is that the trade went bad and you're going to be like, WTF, why did the trade go bad? And then you're going to have to kind of think about it. You have to think, okay, what is Katarina good at? What are assassins good at? Where was the wave? And there's a couple of fundamentals here. One of the fundamentals is Katarina is just really strong at level 3. That's one of her biggest power spikes. And for most assassins, that's her biggest power spike. is her level 3 spike. The second thing that's going on is assassins really like to run us down. When we're playing a mage versus an assassin, our job is to not get ran down. So when the wave is here, she's kind of threatening to run us down. So we can't be so far up, or we can't be so aggressive when the wave is so far up, right? And those are just kind of the way that you create these ideas. The game is giving us some sort of feedback by giving us this bad trade. It's our job to make sense of it. We have to kind of understand what's happening and why. And then as a beginner, I would watch the first 5 minutes no matter what, skim through the first 5 minutes, see what you can change, see if it's good, see if you liked it. And then I would just go to the plays. So here we're taking a roam and we can see our wave is in the middle, but Katarina actually comes down with us and we kill her because our jungle is here. This was a great roam. Whenever you make good plays, you want to remind yourself why it was good. This play was good because Wukong was there. And the wave's in the middle, so we're not losing anything mid. And then we decide to come bottom. And we'll just watch the interaction. And if I remember correctly, this is a gank that goes pretty well. Oh my goodness, except we missed Charm. Right? We missed Charm. So it's like, okay, why did we miss Charm? Well, you can see I threw it right above her. Why did she not walk into it? Because she stopped to auto attack me. So when should we charm? We should charm when they start the auto attack because they're locked in place, right? So I just threw out charm randomly, but I missed it. I should have waited for her to auto attack, and then she's going to stay in one spot and then we land the charm, right? So that's just kind of an example of how you will look through these things. And then you'll skip forward and you'll look at more things. We'll look at this play and we'll kind of ask like what happened here. Now, I just played this game, so I just remembered I overchased the Lee Sin. Right, Lee Sin's on the dragon. My Wukong hops over. Lee Sin's like 5 health. So I sprint over and I ult over the wall and I try to get him. And he's just out. And then my Wukong dies to my laner, which we could have 2v1 this person if I was here. Jinx gets excited. I get killed. My bot lane's in a 2v4. And this is where the game becomes really hard for us. And this game actually turns into a losing game. So that is how you coach yourself. I hope this example helped. Make sure you guys check out the Coachathon on Twitch and feel free to sign up in the description below. Let me know if you guys have any more examples and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.